Most of you say you want freedom, but you don't. You want chaos that feels like freedom until it buries you in debt, regret, and distractions. If you're tired of looking free but still living like a slave to emotions, dopamine, and distractions, join Objective You. We don't sell hustle, we build law. Let's get right into the video. You don't want freedom. You don't want freedom, and I know you don't want freedom because you think freedom is the starting point, when freedom is not the starting point. Freedom is the byproduct, not the starting point. Freedom is not the starting point. You have to get that through your fucking skull. In no ordeal, you can watch all these spiritual folk tell you, hey, get into alignment, get into this rhythmic flow, follow the laws of orders. I don't even know if other spiritual folk are talking about that, but following the laws that are of this realm, doing your rituals every day, and X, Y, Z will get you to the end point. That, while yes, has some truth to it, freedom doesn't just come because you did those things. Freedom is by a structured flow of doing those things. You must know how to do those things in order and do them over and over, even when you don't want to. Because your freedom is earned through structure. You will never gain the freedom that you feel in your body, because a lot of us feel it. You can feel the freedom coming when you start to do things in alignment to who you are and what you're supposed to be doing and how you're supposed to be doing them. But some of you, most of you, follow your mood. And so your mood sways you off of that alignment track by doing things, not by big grandiose outswings like, okay, I've stopped partying, I've stopped drinking and doing the distractions, the codependence onto these other things that keep me from being aligned. No, it's not that. It's the small little things that take you off task or take you off of your alignment path, that bring you to destruction and bring chaos to your life again. It's when you start to allow your structure to have cracks, and hairline cracks at that. They're not big, huge chunks of your cement wall that you've been building up through routine that is being shattered from you. No, it's the little inconveniences that you feel because maybe you're hungry, or maybe you get emotionally down one day for whatever reason, life happens. You start to feel like you can slip, even if it's just by 30 minutes. If you know you're supposed to be fasting for 12 hours, but you say, 11 hours and 30 minutes, I'm good, I've done the work. You do that over time. Those 30 minutes compound, release the rigidity that you put onto your structure to keep the wall up from all of the other distractions. And now you realize maybe 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, that you're not as strong as you perceived yourself to be because you weakened yourself every single day through allowing those hairline fractures within your structure. Freedom is not your starting point. You do not get to choose off of your emotional state what you should and shouldn't do. Law must be followed. And you see these men who chase freedom. They chase freedom day to day. Every day is a thought. Oh, I can do whatever I feel like. I can do as I please. Oh, I can go over here and skip my rituals. Go to this state and skip my meal plan. Go to this place and not work out. All of that compounds. And while yes, freedom feels good in the moment, chaos ensues right after. Because the price that you pay for not following your structure is not immediate. Like I said, 3 to 6 months down the line, chaos will ensue. So the price of not following your structure is not an immediate thing. It's not an instant thing. It's a delayed price that comes. And I promise you, like I tell you all the time, the universal laws will swing your ass right back from where you thought you could escape. There is no escaping the structure that you must have to attain the freedom that you're looking for. Follow your structure, regardless of your mood. Next point, why you confuse emotion for power. Chaos is in disguise. Because a lot of men, we have these outlets that we must get out. So your masculine energy must come out at some point somewhere. And a lot of us have the idea and the feeling to rebel. Whether you do execute it or not, that is a different topic. But you have the feeling to rebel. So you start to rebel and you feel powerful in whatever sense that may be. Sometimes you rebelling yourself feels good and you feel powerful and like you can get away with the things that you've done. But you're rebelling in a way that's not to win long term. And that is the problem. The rebellious feeling, that rebellious energy that you have is good to an extent, but it must be geared towards something to push you forward along your alignment path. Do not mistake your rebellion and the quick wins that it gives you as alignment, because that's not true. Chaos is disguised under that emotional feeling that you get that is then mistaken as power, because you do these rebellious acts, and then again 3 to 6 months down the line they catch up with your ass. The spiritual realm is on top of the physical realm. They mimic each other. They go through life as each other. So if you think you're just gonna run over here with your physical body, do destruction or whatever to your routine, your structure, and then come back to your aligned spirit, that's not true. You're taking everything off track. And that might feel good in the moment because you're exuding your powerful energy from false emotions that you should just be observing and allowing to pass through your mind state, so that those emotions, again, thoughts, emotions, actions, reaction, or reality, so that those emotions don't create the wrong action, then creating your reality. Chaos will mimic freedom. A lot of you take your momentum that you've been building up for 3, 6, 9, 12 months and then feel like, okay, I'm good to now step out of alignment for whatever reason that you want to. An emotional sway will pull you that way. And then you just do the action because you feel good and you feel like you've built momentum. Well, guess what? Let me tell you this, that chaos that's disguised as freedom has now destroyed your momentum that you've gotten for the last 3, 6, 9, 12 months. In one weekend, one visit, one conversation, it will destroy the momentum that you've been building to keep your freedom through the structure that you've been doing. Those feelings then trick you into thinking you're building still, but you're really unraveling. You're not doing the work that keeps your wealth coming in. And when I say wealth, I mean health, monetarily, spiritually, gaining fucking ground in the spiritual realm, in the spiritual warfare that I talk about all the time. All of that comes from the momentum of your structure and your ability to keep it even when your feelings say you've made it or that you deserve freedom. You're going to unravel everything that you've been working for. So stay the course. Next point, the role of law in masculine energy. Law, masculine energy. So structure is masculine love. It's the architecture of peace. So when you start to build in your life, in whatever realm that you're looking to ascend in, and again, my videos require a prerequisite. So if you're still thinking that the material gains of this realm are what gets you the feeling of peace and the feeling of, oh, I've made it, get the fuck out of here and go learn what that means, because in the channel, we have a lot of those videos that discuss that. But that is not the end goal. The end goal is peace and sovereignty. Being able to live a life true to you and the voice that you hear once you declutter what's in your brain and the space around you. So once you've done that, now you need to stay within the masculine energy of structure, because that is love towards yourself, geared towards that voice that we talk about all the time, that you hear, that then give you the positive thoughts, that then give you the right emotions to then trigger the right action, that then trigger the reality that you're looking for, which may include the luxury lifestyle as the byproduct. And so when those false desires come, when those feelings bubble up inside of you, when you have been working on your structure and you're tired, because you're human, you will get tired, bro. And this shit will get boring as fuck at times. You must rely on the laws that you stand by to keep you in place and hold everything together, even though those emotions are running rampant in your life, because you're gonna have seasons where your emotions are up, down, up, down, up, down. People die, people go. Your family are gonna come at you because you're acting different than they perceive you in your brain. Your friends are not gonna react to you the same way anymore because you're not the same anymore. You yourself are going to question the structure that you've been working on and building for a bit, because you may not see the physical, tangible things that you want from the structure that you've been building, because it's just not here yet. Again, delay. Your spirit realm puts everything in place. Once you get in alignment, you're pulling what you want closer to you. And as you're pulling it to you, there is a slight delay. And that just is what it is. And so in that delay, you're gonna feel bored. You're gonna have the emotions. Life still goes on. The people who are not working on themselves are gonna come at you. Trust and believe that. You are an anomaly that you're accepting consciously. You're accepting to do better for yourself, which means you're probably going to shine a mirror on everybody around you, which they're going to either try to pull you back down from where you are or run away from you completely. Either way, emotions will be evoked because you're human. And so when those emotions come, the law will keep you in place, keep you continuing to build, keep you from doing things that will destroy the structure that took you however long it did. And so you can't guess what you're doing. This is no longer a thing where you can guess. Don't come to the video and say, ooh, let me gain something today, just to take what you learn and guess if you're going to implement it. You're going to implement it. You're going to decree it over your life, which just means you're going to do it. You say to yourself, yes, I'm going to do it, and you're going to follow through. And then the same structures that you've been building around those decrees will enforce the law. If you follow the structure, you'll be following the law that you said and that you decreed, and you'll keep everything in place. Do not get distracted, because your masculine energy is law. It is the law, so use it. And always continue to build on what you know is aligning you and keeping you in place. Because everybody else, just because everybody else looks like they're free, but they're fucking strapped down by emotions, right? They're strapped down by debt, regret, distractions. You see them all the time. They may have everything that they thought they wanted, get it, and then realize, holy fuck, I destroyed myself because I had no fucking strength, like we said in yesterday's video, to hold the abundance that I was looking for. So I forced it here, and now I'm crumbling under my own voice, my own blessings, everything that I thought I wanted. That's because they have no structure before the abundance comes. And that's why you should appreciate the delay. The delay keeps the abundance from killing you spiritually and physically. Drugs will come in. All of these other distractions will come in. Regret comes in. Right? You start to realize, oh shit, I've done too much too quickly before I was able to handle it. So appreciate the delay, but execute on your masculine energy every day by decreeing and then following the law and letting that enforce everything that you said you were going to do. Next point, freedom is not a feeling, it's a system. Not feeling, it's a system. You wanna scroll, you wanna quit, you wanna disappear. I know I've been there before. I've had all of those urges that we spoke about a second ago. Hell, I've actually executed on those things. And then you realize when the delay actually catches up to you that, oh fuck, I didn't follow the structure that I had. So your freedom that you're feeling and thinking is a feeling. It's not a feeling, it's a system that you must follow every single day so that you can keep and gain more freedom. Because the second you feel like quitting, the second you feel like disappearing, because the shit is hard, it is hard. I am not trying to make some excuse to say it is not hard, no. But when you have those desires to quit or run away, even if it's just for a little bit, those little hairline fractures in your structure, the structure or the system that you've put in place will keep you accountable from running away. So disappearing is not going to happen. You can't just run away from your responsibilities. You can't hide under a rock when your timeline catches up to you. You can't do any of these things that push you off structure, because once you start to go off structure, again, you start to push away the timeline that you're looking to gain or jump into. And all that is, whatever you're feeling that you want at the end, whatever that life looks like for you, and more time it calls to you. Before, and again, this is more of a prerequisite video that you have to know before you get to this level of understanding, but having the feelings and knowing that you're going to end up in a certain place, whether that's extreme luxury, whether that's like you're autonomous, right? You're sovereign, you can fly anywhere at any time. Right? Because for everybody it's different. Some people want to travel the world and try food. Some people want extreme luxury lifestyle. Some people just want a fucking farmhouse that's paid off and they raise farm animals all day and eat off of them the nature and the ground around them. Right? Everyone's end product and desire is different, but the way to get there in whatever realm that you live in is the same, following the structure amid the emotions. Your freedom is not a feeling. right? It's not an emotion, it's a system that you've structured, decreed law into, and follow every single day until you hit the goal that you're looking for. And along the way, hardship comes, things that you have to overcome and almost like stay neutral, like we talked about the pendulum swing, so that you don't get too positive, you don't get too negative, and when the pendulum swing back and forth to positive and negative things happening in your life, you stay neutral enough to not be affected. So learning all of these skills to enforce the law onto your structure is what gets you to the end goal. And once you get to the end goal, which is really just the byproduct of you following the structure that you built, you are now a whole entirely different human being that now can attain and hold the fucking abundance that you were so looking for. Your feeling of freedom is not true, but the structure and system of freedom exists, but you have to build it. Next point, we're getting there. I promise you, we're getting there. You cannot build kingdom, when ruled by dopamine. A lot of you are ruled by dopamine. A lot of you. And you can't build your kingdom if you're fucking ruled by dopamine. Dopamine is going to take you out if you're not careful, right? A lot of you, again, you're confusing chaos for freedom, which is not true, right? And chaos just comes from erratic emotions that take over your calendar. You can't claim to be some king, whether in the spiritual realm and the physical realm, because again, they're both aligned. You cannot be this king that you tell everybody, even yourself, about how you want the byproducts of being the king that follows structure, but then you're ruled by dopamine. Dopamine is just the feeling, right? Allow these thoughts to come in that force you to want to get to the byproducts, right? But then just follow the structure. You have to transmute the feeling of dopamine and that craving for it back into your structure. You're reinforcing your structure with all of the emotions that are coming at you all the time will help you get the byproducts, because it's showing you that, okay, cool, no matter what comes at me, I'm able to stay in place and follow my calendar, my structure, the systematic freedom that I'm looking for. You can take all of those energies and transmute it into that. Transmute, just taking that energy, rewiring it and saying, okay, cool, taking a deep breath, holding it while you inhale, exhale, get to that neutral state when the energy when the energy leaves your body, and then continuing on your structure. You have to remember you're still human. You're not some fucking god all of the time. You do have godlike states, but you're not going to always have that. So you have to be able to take the energy coming in, transmute it into a regular, like your neutral state, and then continue moving forward. Take it as fuel. If you're tired and someone pisses you off, transmute it. Good. They gave you energy. If you're tired or if you're crazy happy because you got good news from visions and downloads that you had through meditation, good. Bring yourself back to a fucking neutral state and continue moving forward on the damn system and structure that you have in your life. Do not allow these feelings to control you, because you can't say that you want to build some kingdom if you're ruled by the dopamine of your emotions. And dopamine doesn't always mean good. Sometimes you're gonna get angry and want to lash the fuck out on the world because you've been following your structure for so long, right? And you see everyone else in the chaos and it looks like fun compared to your boring life. But I promise you, their timelines are gonna catch up to them one day and smack them in the face, while you will then have the freedoms of the world to do whatever you please. So allow those energies to come in, you go bring yourself back to a neutral state and continue to build as a king would. Because a lot of you are watching this chaos that's going on, and it's wrapped up in a tuxedo, bro. It's wrapped up in a tuxedo. It look good as fuck. Instagram popping, videos good. Bitches everywhere. Fast cars, this, that, the third. The luxury life. Oh my God. You gotta get this, gang. No. Shut the fuck up. Stay in place. Remember your structure. Remember the byproducts you want. And remember that your byproducts only come if you stick to this structure. So stick to it. The universe does give you what you want, but you must stick to the structure that it's coded in you. Because that byproduct that you see all the time in the visions, that byproduct you feel when you speak about it sometimes, oh, it's real. And there's a timeline of you that actually followed the structure and has it right now. But you yourself are here right now watching this said video to remember that this is the code to get to the byproduct. Download the code and keep it, and then implement it and follow it even when the chaos is dressed up in a tuxedo and is trying to swindle you from your byproduct. If you haven't subscribed, liked, and commented about this video, I think you should do so now. But I'm going to leave you with this. Objective You is not about content. This is not about building a content agency, not about branding, not about pushing your life in the direction of content because it's flashy. No, this is law. This is building a reality that you can appreciate and get to the byproducts, whatever that may be for you, through encoding and law that will change your life for the better. And while yes, it may be hard as you get back onto alignment, as we help you and teach you, you have to know that once you get into that structure and get that systemized freedom in place, that you will be free, sovereign, able to do any and whatever you want on this planet. But it has to be enforced by law. That is what we teach in Objective You. If you're done calling chaos freedom and finally ready to earn peace through structure, I implore you to join Objective You, as it will change your life. And if you didn't get anything from this at all, and this didn't resonate with you at all, argue with your mom, because maybe she'll explain your bullshit.
Boy, Mr. Brown.